while we're waiting for the rest of our meal to get done, like I said, I'm way early home on this one. I kind of saved some bits of that pork shoulder because I kind of knew already in advance, once I started making sticky buns, I'd want to make something a little different also, something I also adore, which is dumplings. So I saved some of that pork, I cut it up into nice little pieces. Since we're on the Asian theme, I'm going to jump into our ninja, and we're going to take these nicely diced little chops of pork, pieces of pork, and put them in the blender. I don't buy ground pork. I usually buy pork shoulder and do my own grinding. If you've got one of those KitchenAid mixers, you know, that you can do that. You know it's a lot more economical. You can buy this stuff for like $1 a pound instead of $4.95 a pound for the ground pork. Let me wash my hands real quick. And we're going to give this the same, almost the same flavor profile, just a little different than the pork that we're working on in the back, the slow cook pork. So let me give this a quick pulse, and then we're going to start seasoning it. Okay, perfect. We're going to pop the lid on that one. Sometimes if you see these little fat sinews, that happens sometimes, just grab them, throw them away. They don't taste so good. All right, we've got our ground pork there ready. I'm going to heat up this pan a little bit. What we're going to do with that is I'm going to heat up some oil here, and I'm going to dice up some green onions. Just cut those little furry pieces off, cut these down, kind of on the small side. We don't want them too huge, because like I said, this is going to go in a nice paste that's got to cook as we steam our dumplings. This is the one preparation like this where you're not cooking this in advance. So we're going to cook this up a little bit. There we go. That's out. Move that to the side. Let's take care of our ginger. We want half of this knob should be good. And like I said previously, do your ginger with the skin on. Skin's not going to kill you. It's got all the nutrients and all the good stuff in it. I don't want this overpowering with ginger, so that's probably going to be about enough for that amount of meat. Just waiting for our pan to come up a little bit. Going to put a little bit of peanut oil in it. As soon as that's ready, as soon as it starts to glisten and move, I'm going to throw in these vegetables just to put a little color on them, and we'll be back. Here's our green onions, our ginger. I added a clove of garlic. I added about a tablespoon of rice wine vinegar. I added about a tablespoon of rice wine and about 3 tablespoons of soy sauce. We're going to let this cool down. And when it's cooled, we're going to mix it in with the meat. Also with some shredded nappa cabbage, which I'm going to prepare next. So we'll be back. As our onion and garlic and ginger mixture is cooling, I'm going to take, and I diced up very fine, about a cup and a half of nappa cabbage. And I don't want this to cook. I want this to just sit in those liquids that we've created in with those ingredients behind this. So now we're going to take this and we're going to mix it in together. And that's going to start to take up all of those flavors that we've created with the rice wine vinegar, the soy sauce. Beautiful, just like that. Again, because we don't want this to cook, we want this to steam in the bun with the meat when we get that ready. To the meat, while we were out, I added a tablespoon of cornstarch, which, as you can see, is very messy when you work with it. You gotta be careful. You gotta take it out very slowly, very slowly. You can't be in a rush like me. Okay, our ground pork is out of the Ninja. I cleaned it all out. We're going to take that delicious ginger and garlic and all those seasonings, and we're going to put that all in here. I'm going to give it a whirl because I want it at a nicer consistency, just to match the consistency of the pork over there. So let's get that all in there. Everybody in. I'm going to give that a whirl or two. And then after we give that a whirl or two, we're going to start on our dumpling dough, which is a little bit different than the dough for our sticky buns. So let's give this a couple of pulses. Perfect. I'm going to get this out, I'm going to mix it, we're going to mix it in with our pork, and we'll be right back. While you're out, I've emptied out our Ninja. I put all that beautiful garlic and ginger and nappa cabbage and all those seasonings, because that's our flavor base for this whole dish. And I stuck that all in with our beautiful ground pork, our very finely ground pork. It's almost like a paste, like a pate. Smelling absolutely phenomenal. And we're just going to mix that around just like this until everything's incorporated real well. See, it's very, very, very fine. It's not a coarse grind or anything like that. Extremely fine. Okay. I'm going to stick this in the fridge. I'm going to let it chill out and do its thing. And when it's done, we'll be back and we'll make the dough for our lovely dumplings, and then we'll steam them off along with our sticky buns. We're going to start the dumpling dough, which is going to consist of 2 1/4 cups of flour. I put the dough hook into our Ninja, and we're going to put 2 1/4 cups of flour. And we're going to put about a cup of water, warm water, and a pinch of salt, just like that. And we're going to crack in 1 egg and put that in there. And then we're going to hit the, come on, okay, good. And we're going to put it on the dough setting. So, as it's making the dough, it knows how to do dough. It's just phenomenal. I can't believe this mixer. So it's going to make the dough. When I see the dough start collecting on the outsides, I'll take it out and flour it out on here. We'll divide it up and we'll make our dumplings. We'll be back in a minute. It's going like crazy. Look at that. See how the dough's pulling away from all the surfaces of the inside of the blender? That's when you know your dough is ready to be dough. And so does the Ninja. It knows that. So within like 30 seconds, it's going to stop. Okay, our dough for our dumplings is done. The Ninja has told me, I'm done with it. You can start playing with it. Look at that. It's a little on the sticky side, but that's okay. It comes right out. Look at that. All in one piece. We're tossing it here on a floured surface, just like this. Gonna knead it around so we can play with it. Good, just like that. Oh, beautiful. It feels so silky. And I'm gonna roll it out into like a log. And I'm just going to cut off pieces, which are going to be our dumplings. Okay, now that I've cut up all my individual pieces of dumplings, I'm just going to roll them around in the flour. And then we're going to start flattening them out. Flattening them out all along the edges, leaving a little mound in the center so that it's all nice and even throughout the entire cooking process. We're going to make these the size of, I'm going to say like silver dollar pancakes, slightly bigger, just like that. I'm going to just set that aside for now, and I'm going to keep doing these until I get them just like that. About a silver dollar size, a little bit bigger, with a slight hump in the middle. Nice and thin. We don't want them too thick because it'll take too long to steam. It's going to be a big dumpling right here. Right here, right here. That's it, just like that. Almost like a little pizza. Well, they did invent pasta, so we gotta give them credit. So, just like that, I'm gonna finish up the rest of these, and when I'm done and we're ready to pack them up with the meat filling, we'll be back. Okay, I've got like 13 of our dumpling rounds all pounded out and rounded out. I've got some water starting to heat over here for our steamer, and I've got our beautiful pork filling right here. So I'm going to take some of our filling, maybe about 3/4 of a tablespoon, just like that, and I'm going to stick it in the center of our rounds that we made, and then we're just going to dampen the edge, just like this. You can use an egg wash, you can use water, both seem to work just well. And we're going to fold this over just like this. And almost like an empanada. Some do those fancy creases and pleats and everything. We could do that for the next one, just like this. There. Here's #1 dumpling, all ready to be put in the steamer. Okay? I'm going to finish up the rest of these. The water's going to come to a boil. I'm going to put the steamer on top, put these inside, and we're going to chow down a little while we're waiting for the rest of the meat to be done. We'll be back. Okay, here's our beautiful steamed dumplings. I made together like 2 dipping sauces. One is a hot chili oil, and the other is a sweet sesame seed, ginger, and garlic concoction. And now to my best favorite spot in this. We're gonna give this a try. We'll be right back. Look at this, it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, folks, like I said, my favorite part of the program is tasting what comes out of them pots. So we got a nice dumpling here. I'm going to put it in the sauce. This is the ginger, the garlic, sesame seed oil. Oh my goodness. That meat is so juicy. That is absolutely phenomenal. Look at that. Oh my craving craving for dumplings has been satisfied. Let's put it that way. This is great. The dumpling's not too much, it's nice, light. It's got that nice little bite to it. The meat inside is perfectly cooked, delicious, juicy. The seasoning is right on the money. Between the ginger, the soy sauce, all those other flavors, it's just amazing. Anyway, do give this a try. We'll be back.